Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Again, Margaret Arakawa, Chief Marketing Officer for IonQ. I joined the company a little over a year ago, and one of the things that really compelled me to join the company is this mission statement: building the world's best quantum computers to solve the world's most complex and impactful problems. I've been working in technology and classical compute I spent 20 years at Microsoft as well as different companies in high tech. And I found over the years, it does make a difference that you have a mission and a goal and a North Star. And everyone at IonQ is dedicated to make these incredible quantum computers and the networking technologies that we build so that they solve things that will change the lives of people in the world. I'd like to go to this next slide to talk about who have we been working with in the last years. So IonQ was founded on technology that Dr. Chris Monroe had done groundbreaking work on in 1995. We were public in 2021. And since then, you can see this array of customers and partners and ecosystems that have adopted and partnered with IonQ and really jumped into quantum computing. I did want to highlight on that first row very exciting news we had recently. We were at Supercompute 24 and we were able to show an incredible demo with NVIDIA to showcase some of the work that you'll hear later that Coleman Collins will talk about as far as how do you think about quantum and classical computing and how do they work together. Working with a partner like NVIDIA was incredible for us to showcase that. The other three logos I wanted to point out: Azure, Amazon Braket, and Google Cloud. We're still the only company in quantum that actually is available on the three largest clouds in the world. And what's really incredible is today, actually, at reInvent for AWS, Amazon just announced at their session that IonQ was the one quantum computing company available on Amazon Braket that had the highest fidelity and performance of all the quantum computing platforms they support. So very exciting news out of that cloud company. As you can see, you can read the rest of them, but I'm going to actually dig in and showcase some of the things that we just announced as far as customers and partners. We just announced with our work with Qubitekk, we signed a definitive agreement to acquire the assets of Qubitekk. Qubitekk is a networking company. So you think about our company as a quantum computing company, from the hardware, the software, and the applications we work on. Qubitekk is actually extending the reach of where IonQ has been focused. So we did announce that we're incredibly excited to bring in Qubitek's commercial operations, their customer base, and their employees to IonQ. With that acquisition comes 118 granted quantum networking patents. So really incredible work of Qubitekk and something that we can build on as far as IonQ's foray and expansion into networking. Another announcement that we just recently made was a collaboration with AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca is a $40 billion plus, very, very well-known pharmaceutical company based in Sweden. We are building a quantum application development center in collaboration with AstraZeneca. We'll be able to leverage the power of our quantum experts and their world-class scientists to develop applications in the BioVenture Hub and really focus on how do you work with quantum and pharmaceuticals? How do you accelerate the pace of drug discovery? Another announcement we recently had was with ANSYS. ANSYS is one of the largest companies in the world working on computer-aided design and engineering. We have an agreement now in partnership to work with them and seamlessly integrate with ANSYS software and IonQ computers. When you think about ANSYS, you think about all of the high-performance computing that's required to these incredibly difficult, complex computer-aided engineering designs. And we're working with them. So HPC is married to quantum computing to accelerate design and manufacturing. Another really incredible announcement we had was a $54.5 million contract award with the Air Force Research Lab. This particular contract also actually showcased and expanded our work with quantum networking. This is one of the largest quantum contracts known in the United States. And not only are we working on deployability and fieldability of quantum computers, we're working on how do we actually work with interoperability with other quantum computing modalities, as well as how do we work with quantum computing in drones? How do you scale? Similar to how we built the internet. When you had computers just in a room, how did you network them within the room, and how did you actually build the quantum internet? The classical internet. We're working with the Air Force Research Lab on the quantum internet and how we scale. And then finally, one of the biggest incredible partnerships we signed was the University of Maryland, a $9 million partnership to drive quantum innovation. I did want to also just step back and talk about our differentiators. IonQ focuses on trapped ion technology, and that's a differentiator because we start out with perfect atomic qubits, with long coherence, high fidelity. We are modular, and we really focus on practical time to solution, which you will hear later from Masako and the other speakers. Again, wanted to talk about patents because with Qubitech's acquisition, we're actually going to have a total of over 600 US and international issued and pending patents with the acquisition of Qubitech. So when you think about a company of our size, having that patent portfolio is quite incredible. The next slide actually goes over some of the details of where we actually strengthened our technical moat and performance, error handling, and scale. You can read more about that in our blogs as well as in our press release. I wanted to land on this next slide, which just says what Nikhil just talked about. Something we really focus on is how do we balance performance, scale, and enterprise-grade solutions. You hear more about that. And then the next slide talk about really what our journey was to get to that point. IonQ is on the fastest path to enterprise-grade quantum computing. We started out pre-lab, we started out experimental, we went through academic demonstrations, and we got to an R&D situation where we expanded our computing capabilities, our technological roadmap, and we are now at number 5. We're proving out business value, deployability, interoperability, and enterprise grade. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Coleman, who will actually talk about some of the great advancements we have in interoperability.
Yeah, thanks, Margaret. I'm Coleman, Director of Product Management here at IonQ. And like Margaret mentioned, one of the ways to think about